G'day guys, so in this video I'll be attacking some plant turrets, but in a way that you may not have thought of using. Now in a previous video I used a tame dodo to take out all the plants of a base. Well, that doesn't work anymore. It was patched quite soon after I made that video. You can't just hold a dodo anymore. So we have to close in on the plants in a different way. Now this method isn't as universally useful as the dodo method was, but when the situation calls for it, it's a good way of getting close to plants. So all you do is split an item stack into individual units. On the Xbox, that's done by pressing the X button. Doesn't matter what it is, Thatch is the easiest. You can get a full stack in a few seconds. Then just lay out of reach of the plant and throw a sack down and crawl up behind it. Keep throwing your sacks out and crawling up. The sacks will block any turret fire. Now the closer you get to the plant, the higher the angle of attack it'll have on you. So while you can go all the way, it's far easier to throw an oil jar out and set it on fire. And being so close you can't miss. So an oil jar and then a flame arrow, and that plant will burn to death. So instead of testing your skills at long distance, you can close right up on them and take them out in one shot. Plants will often shoot the jar out of the air at long distance as well. Getting as close as possible removes that chance. So make sure you stay behind that item sack, don't try and crawl up inside it. Now I'll try to get up to these others before I freeze to death. Don't try to throw it too far at once. And remember, you've only got 2 minutes at each sack. Now again, an oil jar and then a flame arrow. A good hit will take a plant out in one hit. Oh, well, that one was too far. So I'm going to freeze to death here, so I've got to try and get this shot out pretty quick. So I did set that one on fire, but because I died and despawned, the fire went out and didn't kill the plant. It's still oiled, but what I'll do is try and close in as close as possible to it. So here you can see why you need to keep that item sack in front of you. In first person it looks like it's in front of you, but in third person you're inside the sack already. So any further forward and that plant will start shooting you. So the closer you get, the less distance you can use between sacks. Once you get close, just throw them all out and smother the plant in sacks, so it can't find an area of attack. Although here I couldn't actually find the inventory without exposing myself. It's not the most practical way of closing right up to steel fertilizer. It's best left to using oil jars, flame arrows and cluster bombs at close range. You can see the plants trying to shoot the oil jars out of the air. So once you've closed in, you can take them out quicker than what you can using flaming arrows alone. Just using flame arrows, it takes about 32 arrows and about 1.5 minutes to take out each plant. Now the question I'm sure a few of you have is, does it work on auto turrets as well? The answer is yes. So do the same thing, split your piles up in individual pieces. Find the range of the auto turrets. Lay down and start throwing the item sacks out. Now there is 2 turrets here, so I have to be extra careful. Make sure you throw a sack in the direction of each turret. This may seem silly, but if you are charging down turrets, you do want to close the distance as far as you can, without getting shot. I'll speed all this up. I think I only took about 2 bullets doing this. As you get closer, just throw out a big pile in the direction of each turret. All bases won't be susceptible to this, but even if the base has turrets up high and you can't get right into it, you can start sprinting from a crawl. Just press the sprint button. So close in as far as you can, then sprint the rest of the way. You'll take a few bullets, but it's better than trying to sprint the whole distance. Now that I've closed right in, I'll throw a piece of C4. So in orbit cam, you can see how ridiculous this really is. And somehow that C4 took out all the turrets. It must have broke a generator or wire inside the base somehow. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, it's situational. Don't use it all the bloody time, but it's just one of them tricks that you might have a use for.